Sampras has been on tour for 10 years longer than Chela. He's playing in his 49th Grand Slam. Chela is playing in just his 5th.
$13.15. Let's heal.
Well, quite often Pete uses the backhand just to work the ball around and get in a position where he can hurt someone then with his forehand. Exactly what happened on that occasion. He wasn't stressed at all. He kept the ball in play, didn't try to do too much with the backhand. And when he got the ball on the forehand, then he did some damage.
And he's got the early break. Sampras takes the opening 2 games.
Fitzy's got a smile on his face. He knows that Pete Sampras really means business here today, and boy, he's looking good.
Well, it's no secret. You know, I'm as big a fan as Pete as anyone else, and I just believe that when he gets an inch of daylight in a tournament like this, he's the one that can take it. You know, when the draw starts to open up, he doesn't necessarily need it to open up, as we know, but he's the big name remaining right now, and he's ready for this tournament. He's prepared for the last 3 months for this.
And probably his only hiccup in that preparation would have been his match with Todd Martin in Adelaide. That gave him a week off. He came straight to Melbourne, found some hitting partners, and then played at Kooyong.
I haven't seen him hit one off the middle of the strings yet. That's usually an indication. Right in the middle. Still, it's only early days. He's got a tough opponent today, someone who's given him trouble before.
13-15.
You don't see that too often.
Well,
Pete rarely serves 2 doubles in a row. His second serve, I believe, is the best second serve in the world. You cannot win as many Wimbledon singles titles without a strong second serve as Pete has. going to be a play that works well for Sampras throughout this match, because Chela is standing so far behind the baseline to make that return of serve. Creates a lot of opening for Pete, so no real drama when he makes a good return. Plenty of time for Pete.
A clever shot. Well measured. Chela hits a pretty good return. Pete determined to go in after his second serve, which he doesn't always do, and then he just takes a slight step forward, had his body weight moving forward towards the net. Chela picked that and was very content, very relaxed hitting that lob.
Advantage Sampras.
Pete's going to serve that serve all day today unless Chela moves in to cut off that angle, because he's standing so far back. Pete can really get the angle on that wide serve, nowhere near that one at all. Got to move forward and cut off that angle.
I know, but it's so far long. It's like supposed to be, yeah.
Sampras just asking if the machine was on.
Not sure if I can ever remember Pete serving three doubles in one game. But he really did press for that one. That was almost like a first serve. Yeah. You're dead right, Darren. He's just hitting that angle. And once he gets his racket on the volley, the point's his. There's no way that Chela can come back from that position. Pete can hit that almost anywhere.
Three double faults in the game, but he holds serve. And he's got the early break. Sampras 3-love up after 10 minutes.
The $2 jackpot lottery has lots of prizes and great odds. Wouldn't that be a handsome reward? You ought to buy yourself a lottery ticket.
His face is a very honest face.
No, not the mole.
Couldn't possibly be the mole.
It will be the emotional and physical challenge of a lifetime. But even tougher still, will you guess who is the mole?
Every year I make a New Year's resolution to lose weight. This year I was serious, so I gave Light and Easy a call.
Light and Easy is the easiest way for you to enjoy delicious, healthy food and lose weight at the same time.
I've now lost 26 kilos and I've kept it off over 6 months.
I've lost 43 kilos and I feel fantastic.
If your New Year's resolution is to lose weight for life, call Light and Easy now on 13 15 12.
13, 15, 12.
Juan Ignacio Chela of Argentina to take up serve, trying to get on the board for the first time. He knows what it's like to have a winning streak.
Thank you.
Put together 6 challenger titles on the trot in a wonderful spell. Here he is at love 3.
That's us. Oh. 15 left.
amount of topspin on that forehand.
30-15.
You can see that Chela really is at home on the clay courts in Europe. Had an incredible run on the Challenger circuit, winning something like 6 tournaments in a row. Always a good sign that if Pete Sampras is playing well, he's striking that forehand well. Today it looks awfully good already, and that was very close.
Yeah, that was
Worth
questionable.
A look.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 14-30. Chela.
He's on the board for the first time.
Unusual service action from Chela. It seems to be the way they are coaching people in Argentina. There's quite a few players that start off with that service action, get the racket up very quickly. We've got Mariano Zabaleta, similar.
Who we saw a couple of nights ago on centre court against Andy Roddick.
Squillari. Franco Squillari serves exactly the same, a left-handed.
Is Sampras at 3-1.
15.
Well, unless Chela does something a little different, facing the Sampras serve on that first court, Pete will go there all day.
It does seem inconceivable that Sampras hasn't won a title since Wimbledon 2000.
Hard to believe.
You look at his record. He's won at least 4 titles for every year between 1990 and 99. Quite extraordinary.
30.
Made a couple of finals in the American summer. One at Long Island, losing to Tommy Haas in the final, and of course at the US Open. Played some great players at the US Open. It was pretty much a final every match leading up to the final. Rafter, Agassi, Safin.
Well, that time I thought Juan Ignacio stood in a little bit closer. He got within maybe a metre and a half of the baseline instead of 2.5. It went to the backhand. You couldn't quite see where the baseline was compared to where he was standing in that picture, but he was a bit closer. Took a step in just as Pete was serving.
Sampras holds just the one break so far in this opening set. Sampras at 4-1. While everyone's talking about Argentina and Davis Cup, Juan Ignacio Chela has played Davis Cup, yet to record a victory. But of course Argentina doing battle with Australia shortly after the conclusion of this Australian Open. Chela not thinking of that at the moment. He's down a break and serving at 1-4 in the first to Pete Sampras.
The unusual style of Chela. He gets that elbow and racket up very early in the action. Not a bad action, gets a nice height extension.
It's really the point of impact and the hit on the ball you get more than what you do before that. So many different ways to get your racket into position. If you can create some sort of good throwing motion, that's what you're looking for.
40-50.
Here it is again. Quite a tall young lad. You can see good knee bend and really stretches up nice and high for that first serve.
Game, Chela.
Chela holds with his second ace in the match.
Very much a clay court serve though, where it's a slap at the first serve and going for the free point, and then kicks the second serve in to start off the point on clay. Not happy with that first serve, I don't think.
Well, as long as it wasn't something with his legs. Just seemed to hesitate there, Pete, didn't he, with his head down a little bit. Hitting the tape a lot, particularly from this end.
Behind that second serve either. Might be right, Fitzy. He may be a little ginger. Brett Stephen and Alex Stober chatting away there in the coach's box. Obviously they would have noticed something as well.
I reckon he's tweaked his back.
Something's not right.
And there's a somber look there in the Sampras camp.
You can really see it on Pete's face as well, can't you? After every serve, there's a grimace on the face of Pete.
Fourth double fault.
Something giving him some pain, that's for sure. Still serving at a fairly high speed, though, 179 on that one. Okay there, into position pretty well. Just don't think he's really opening his shoulders on the serve and giving it everything he's got. He's feeling it a little bit. Well, Chela testing it out. If it is a problem that Pete faces when he serves, he's also going to feel it on the smash. Great technique.
Sampras questioning Mike Morris. He said very close, but out.
I'd say back edge.
Look at that.
I think Mike Morrissey was indicating it was too close for him to overrule. That was the linesman's call. Anything that close, it's tough for the central umpire to step in.
Advantage, Sampras.
Well, if Pete does have a problem here, I'm surprised that he hasn't called for the trainer to be ready to see him at the change of ends. Maybe it's an ongoing problem that he's been dealing with for quite some time.
Probably do the right thing and wait till the change of ends.
Can still call the trainer, so he's there waiting for you. Much better point. Got in very quickly after that second serve to make that first volley. Inside the service line, great volley. When you are struggling with a back injury, you don't want to be having long service games as well. Sampras needs to put this one away.
Sampras.
Which he does, but it's taken him a while. And he leads 5-2. The first.
Sampras leads 5 games to 6.
Pardon me, girls, is that a Golden Valley fruit snack? Fresh picked from the tree. It tastes so good to me. Well, first they pick it and they peel it and they put it in packs. There's no sugar added cause we like it like that. Fresh picked from the tree, straight to Golden Valley. Ooh, Golden Valley, here we go. Pardon me, girls, is that a Golden Valley fruit snack?
Did I tell you I've got a new squeeze?
Never.
True.
Who?
Not who. It's actually a what.
What then?
Advantage Duo from Bayer treats heartworm and fleas with one easy squeeze.
Heartworm and fleas?
Yes. The unique action of Advantage Duo provides heartworm control and fast-acting flea control all year round.
Oh, sounds good. Where do I get it?
Ask your vet.
The Duracell Alkaline Battery, long-lasting with lots of bite. Duracell Copper Top, long-lasting alkaline.
Back to Pete Sampras in a moment. There's been some sensational news at Vodafone. Andy Roddick, watch him slip, twist his ankle against Ljubicic in the tie break. At that point he was 8 points to 7 in front.
The surface is a little unforgiving.
And picks himself up. You can see that he's in trouble. He was able to continue on and play the tie break out. Takes his time, tries to compose himself. He's playing against Ljubicic, the #2 Croatian. You see it here again. He called for the trainer. He was heavily strapped. He went on into the second set. Ljubicic won the tie-break 13-11. They went on to the second set. Roddick was behind a break, and in the end, he makes a decision that that was it, and Andy Roddick was forced to retire with an ankle injury and is out of the Australian Open. So Roddick, the big American hope, in the same part of the draw as Sampras and Safin. Ljubicic consoles him, and Andy Roddick, who's made such an impression here in Australia, has been forced to withdraw. I mean, what more could happen here at the Australian Open? So one American down, another one fighting hard as we go back to Rod Laver.
And doesn't it make this match all that more important? It's just incredible what's unfolding here this year. Chela serving to stay in the first set. 40-30, 2-5. So they're falling down all around. Pete Sampras at the moment. Chela holds. Sampras will serve for the first set. Can you believe it, Fitzy?
Well, right in the same round of 16. That's the fourth round.
Yeah.
as Pete Sampras. So that does leave a bit of an opening in that round of 16 match. Marat Safin is also in that quarter section, the next round. But it does just continue a trend here. This is the most amazing Open I can remember. They're dropping like flies.
15.
But you hit the nail on the head, Sandy. It makes this match even more important in my mind, because this is the man that's still here. And if anyone knows how to win one of these slams, it's him.
Having played in 17 finals and won 13, no one has a record like it.
Late call.
Breathing a sigh of relief.
Finally, Pete gets one to go his way. Not many players left in the tournament that have won Grand Slam singles titles. Marat Safin and Pete Sampras.
That's right.
Yeah, which also makes it
big difference.
Really interesting, though.
Roger Federer, Tommy Haas, Tim Henman, all players that now have a great chance.
14.
3 set points now for Pete Sampras after bringing up his third ace. He requires only one. Takes the first 6-3.
Good afternoon. The North Coast has been declared a natural disaster zone after fierce winds and hailstones the size of cricket balls hit the area. High-tech emergency help points are about to be trialled at train stations to cut crime. And a hero's welcome back to Townsville for haemophiliac Tony David, the newly crowned world darts champion. All in 7 News at 6.
People say I always complain.
Kentucky Derby chops, $26.95. Ooh.
About paying too much for things.
Filet mignon, $25.95.
Ah, too expensive. But not this time. You get a 4-door Kia Rio with A for only $49.90. So do you hear me complaining now?
Get one room laid free at Payless Carpets. Choose 100% pure leather from $20, sisals from $25, twist from $30, plushes from $30 per square metre, and get one room laid free. Buy any dining or lounge room carpet 10 by 8 or larger and get a 3.5 metre runner absolutely free. What a deal! Free room laid or free runners with carpets from Payless Carpets. 544 Pacific Highway, Chatswood, Moore Park Supercentre, Castle Hill Supercentre, and 177 Parramatta Road, Auburn.
One little marital lie got this family this home in paradise.
We may have a problem.
This Sunday, their little secret...
They don't sleep in the same bedroom.
...is becoming the town gossip.
You and Abby going to have any more kids?
But will they uncover the truth?
Suggested I take Viagra.
Don't.
And that's not the only drama brewing.
Happy?
In a night of big twists.
Will you marry me?
Seven's new hit series, 2,000 Acres of Sky. Sunday, 7:30.
Chela serving to open the second set after Sampras took the first. 6-3 in 31 minutes.
Whatever the problem was with Pete, he seems to be much better now, moving more freely.
Yeah, better?
Definitely. Just illustrates how good his forehand is. So versatile. You can hit winners from almost anywhere.
30-15.
Idea was right. With Chela really trying to get around and play as many forehands as possible, he is going to leave that backhand down the line for Sampras as an opportunity to make the winner. Leaves a lot of court open on the forehand side, does Chela.
Uncharacteristic error from Sampras, who was quite clinical in his first round match against Jaakko Nieminen, winning 6-3, 6-3, 6-4. Chela was taken to 4 sets by Noam Oken of Israel.
I like that play, Killer. When I say Killer, I mean Killer Cahill, as you're affectionately known. But this is a great play, I think. He brings his opponent in short, makes him move forward out of his comfort zone, and sneaks in, and that's a relatively simple volley to finish the point. Yeah, and again. So this time he drops it short and then just backs away. He used that short backhand to get a forehand to finish the point. In the previous point, he used the backhand short to get a volley to finish the point.
Chela playing not only to try and advance to the third round, but also playing for, I would imagine, a Davis Cup spot.
I would guess that he is well in contention. Well in contention.
Like a cat, Sampras just stalks that. Has no problem angling it away.
Good thing to watch here is the racket out in front from Sampras, and you cannot tell which way he's going to go with that. Great preparation. The last minute, a flick of the wrist.
Made it look simple, ever.
Ooh.
Advantage to Sampras.
One of the very few unforced errors we've seen from Chela from the back of the court. And a break point now for Sampras.
Too good. A wonderful return. Sampras breaks early in the second set.
First game, second set.
Stats for the match so Pete probably not happy with his first serve at 47%, but he's winning a large majority of those points when he does get it in, 87. And the big difference is when Chela gets his first one in, only 55%.
And look at the points, one of the net. I mean, I know it's Sampras's game, but
yeah, Pete has been in 24 times. He's won 19 of those points. That's the way he plays. He's always going to win a large majority of the points up at the net, but you can tell that Chela is not getting a crack at the passing shots.
Serving now, 1-love up in the second.
Love 15.
Is that grimace again? Maybe it's
for the double fault.
It's just dissatisfaction.
Well, he should be happy in this arena. He idolised Rod Laver as a child, watched him on tapes, and here he is playing in his very own home in Melbourne.
15 all.
Well, Sandy, we've got the greatest Rod Laver fan of all sandwiched right between you and I.
Look, I admit it, I'm a groupie.
Who can blame you?
Rod Laver, Ken Rosewell, both those guys, I'm a groupie too. They're beauties, aren't they? There's that wide serve. And he uses a lot on the second ball too. Because if he's going to serve and volley, why wouldn't he go out there? He only has to make one volley if he gets his racket on the ball. But look at that. He's definitely got some sort of muscular problem, Darren, hasn't he? Either that or he's pretending.
That's you.
Well, the double faults haven't cost him so far, but they will soon. Just heading up now, 6 for Pete Sampras.
Oh. What a way to bring up breakback point.
Really was the first time that Chela has had a chance to set himself and make the passing shot. Most of those shots he's been on the flat run trying to make something happen.
Sampras couldn't put away the volley. Chela breaks back. Chela serving 1-all second set.
Love 50.
The Argentine squad, Darren, well represented here.
Yes, we have Alejandro Gatica with the red hair just touching his face there, the Davis Cup captain from Argentina. Cañas' coach next to him on his left. Gaston Gaudio in the second row at the back. Lots of players from Argentina are here to watch this match. They obviously know that Chela is a big chance to play. Gaston Gaudio just leaning over in the second row, second from left.
With the ponytail?
With the ponytail.
Lucas Arnold also in that picture too, with the white hat in the front row, about 4 along.
He'll probably play doubles for Argentina. We know Cañas will play singles, but up for grabs is that second spot.
Well, unlike Australia, they're going to have an embarrassment of riches.
You might have to tell Wally to take his shoes. There's Gaston Gaudio right there.
Just had a win earlier today.
One of the better single-handed backhands in the world, Gaston.
40 seconds.
Chela holds his serve for the first time in this set. And he leads 2-1. Sampras taking the first set 6-3.
Chela leads 2-1.
Due to Seven's live tennis coverage, our regular Sea Time program will not be seen this afternoon. Catch all the fun of Amazing and Wipeout from 9:30 each weekday morning.
He's not that bad. I think I judged him too quickly.
An attempt to make peace
Now you know who my father is, starting to suck up to me.
gets thrown back in her face.
I go out of my way to be nice to him, but I'm not going to give him a second chance. Just lose a period.
Home and Away tonight on 7.
Hardware House have the lowest home improvement prices every day, 7 days a week. You can't beat that. Like Sally's 3-pack liquid nails, $8.98. Bosch 680-watt angle grinder, $88.97. Karcher mobile high-pressure cleaner, $397. 1.4 kilogram Osmocote range, $12.48 each. And if you happen to find a cheaper price on a stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%.
Hardware House.
Lowest prices every day. Also at Bunnings Warehouse, Auburn and Minchinbury.
Let's go to McDonald's.
McDonald's goes monster mad with the new movie Monsters Inc. with frighteningly delicious food like the Monster Burger, soft-serve Monster Ice Cream Sundae, Monster Fries and Coke, and the McDonald's Happy Meal. But hurry, they won't be here forever.
About to go back to Sampras. The Davis Cup curse continues because Nicholas Escudé is in trouble against Alex Calatrava on court 18. He's 2 sets to love down, and Calatrava has held his serve in the opening game of the 3rd set. Let's go back to Pete.
Who's opened with a double fault. That now makes it 7 for the match. An unusually high number for Sampras.
Dangerous little period for Pete Sampras right here. Chela for the first time is feeling comfortable in the match. He's broken serve. After being down a break here in the 2nd set, he would have a little more confidence, and Pete really needs to put in a good service game.
Well, he whipped that past Sampras.
15-30.
Not quite getting that first serve to slide out wide enough, and Chela actually got it quite a bit on that return of serve. And again, when he gets there and he's got time, he can certainly make those passing shots.
Big point here at 15-30.
Brazil. Get it, please, someone.
Sampras holds.
Sampras.
Levels at 2-all.
Maybe Pete just a little worried about that second serve at the moment. Quite a few doubles, 7 doubles in fact, and took some pace off that second serve. Made sure he got it in, stayed at the baseline, tried to set himself up in the point. It's a lot of doubles for Pete Sampras.
Yeah, you don't often see that ratio, do you? 3 aces compared to 7 double faults. It's usually well and truly the reverse of that.
Chela, 6 aces, no double faults.
Boy, he hits that backhand flat, doesn't he? The forehand, in contrast, with so much topspin, a lot of heavy kick when it hits the surface, it takes off, but the backhand is quite flat, gets from A to B very quickly, but there's less room for error.
That's second serve.
What was that? Chela, Chela, you're the fella.
You're a good fella.
Well, there's the first one.
This is where Peter's so good. 15, 30, 30, 40.
Yeah,
He knows how to play the big points.
And you instantly see a spring in his step. 15-30, he sees that as a major opportunity.
Oh.
Chela did well there. Pete really unleashed a forehand across court that he tried to bust the point open with. Chela got there well and played good defensive tennis there to stay in that point. Oh, I tell you, if you let Pete Sampras run at his forehand, you better be ready for something special.
And the players know 9 times out of 10 this one is going to go cross court, but it doesn't even matter if you cover it. He hits it so well.
Break point.
Yeah, too good.
Even ran to the net there after that forehand. He was that happy with it. The first time he's been there, I think.
Big follow through. Very wristy looking forehand. It creates a lot of racket head speed. That's where a lot of the power comes from.
Advantage, Chela.
That's probably the best backhand down the line we've seen from Pete. He's tried it a couple of times. It's the lower percentage one. He feels safer going across court with that looping backhand of his. But if you want to try and finish the point, a little quicker down the line is usually the way to go. Back to deuce.
Advantage, Chela.
great backhand there. And he pumps his fist.
Yeah. Sampras had a couple of break points. He was unable to take advantage of them. And Chela holds. 3-2 his way in the second.
Every piece of litter damages our environment. That's why there's a $200 fine. So don't be a tosser.
Where do you go to find a helpful paint and colour specialist and a true wall of colour? Where do you find a true colour matching system? Where do you find everything you need to prepare your job properly? Where do you go for suede and textured finishes? And where do you go to buy the paint from the people who make the paint? The Bristol Paint and Decorator Centre, the true paint and colour specialists. Bristol, your ideas, our advice.
Pardon me, girls, is that a Golden Valley fruit snack? Fresh picked from a tree. It tastes so good to me. Well, first they pick it and they peel it and they put it in packs. There's no sugar added cause we like it like that. Fresh picked from the tree, straight to Golden Valley. Ooh, Golden Valley, here we go. Pardon me, girls, is that a Golden Valley fruit snack?
Sampras at 2-3 in the second set. What's missing, if anything, in his game, Fitzy? I mean, does he need a couple of really hard hit-outs, a couple of five-setters?
I don't think he necessarily needs five setters, Sandy, but I think if he's going to go deep into the second week, Pete Sampras, he's probably going to get a couple. I think, and one of the main reasons is that I believe that this court this year is a little bit slower, and players with the style such as Chela and a lot of the clay quarters, they're difficult. Wow.
Difficult.
That's a great shot. Well, they're tough to put away on a slower court for Pete Sampras.
13-15.
Have a look at this forehand down the line. Just gets it. Oh, keeps it on the line. So he may have to grind a few matches out if he's going to go deep into the tournament. That's maybe, you know, his major problem. This might be one of those matches.
14-15.
It's probably not a major problem when you look at his record. He's played 44 five-setters and has won 31 of them. Chela's played 3 and has yet to win one.
Game Sampras. Three games all.
Well, like so many of the modern players,
15.
if you don't return the ball deep enough into the court, if it's in the middle of the court and too short, there's a fair chance you won't get your racket on the next ball. They're going to go for a winner and quite often make it. That's good play and great initiative. It's okay if Pete does what he's done a couple of times in this match and slices a ball short and low, that's fine. That's tough to attack from. But if he loops it and it's anywhere near the middle of the court, this young lad's going to be all over it, particularly from the forehand side.
First time in the match so far that Sampras has taken the second serve on the rise and put the pressure straight on Chela. You can see he had made his mind up to do that. Even on that let serve, he was coming in behind that second serve.
(40-15).
Seven aces to Chela. In a match that's been in progress just on the hour, Chela holds and leads 4-3 in the second.
Tonight, hit for 6. Police target cricket hooligans at the SCG. A wild storm lashes the state's north coast. And how we'll celebrate Australia Day on Sydney Harbour. 7 News at 6.
Introducing the exciting new colour range from ID. ID from Wattle. It's you.
Earthwatch Australia watches over the workings of the natural world.
I learnt more about whales in 2 weeks than I ever dreamt I would.
Working and discovering with scientists that's a real eye-opener.
Supporting wildlife conservation is satisfying and fulfilling, and I love it.
You too can make a difference by joining Earthwatch. You'll feel better and tomorrow's world will be better. Contact Earthwatch.
It's Hardware and sizzling summer sale. Check this hot price on a Fowler Tasman Mark II toilet suite, just $149. You'll love our crazy price on the Carrera Passion Vanity. The stylish chrome leader collection from Caroma Taps, just $209. And get steamy in the stylish Harmony Elite Spa, only $1,595. Everything for builders, plumbers, trades and home renovators at Hardware and General, Winbourne Road, Brookvale, Banner Road, Peakhurst and Barties Road, Mariong.
Once again, great crowds here surrounding Garden Square and Rod Laver Arena. Some enjoying the day, others preparing for the evening session. Sampras having a battle on his hands in this second set, losing the first point, serving at love 15. Fitzy, it's easy to forget just how long he's dominated the sport. The 12th of April 1993 is when he first hit #1.
Well, he'd won a US Open in 1990, a few years before that, just as a youngster. 19. Doesn't try to overplay that. Doesn't try to smash the backhand volley away to just power it past his opponent. In fact, takes a bit of speed off this one, cuts across it, just does enough with it and creates a good angle to get the ball away.
40-15.
Fourth
Darren,
ace.
he always, sorry, Sandy, he always pulls up after he's hit that serve, looking a tiny bit ginger, but the result is still, it's as good as, you know, it always is, really, isn't it? Oh, yeah. This is a terrific short backswing, short follow through. Had the racket head behind the ball. Great contact.
Oh.
Ooh.
I think that's really the point you were making before, Fitzy, where he looked awfully ginger going for that volley. Just nearly fell over himself trying to make that backhand volley. And it's not an unusual thing for Pete, though. He doesn't seem to carry an injury all that well on the tennis court. If he does feel some pain, normally you can see it in his face. He's got a very expressive face, and but when the pressure is really on, he still seems to be able to come up with the goods, and that's probably the frustrating thing for Chela here.
A little bit of good fortune at the net, but he holds and levels it 4-all.
And Pete won't know this, but Andy Roddick, who was drawn to meet Sampras perhaps in the quarterfinals sensationally, has gone out of the Australian Open today. He twisted his ankle in the first set tiebreak when he was 8 points to 7, and in the end had to forfeit against Ljubicic. Let's go back to Rod Laver Arena.
Yet another seed biting the dust. Here's Chela serving at 4-all.
Not afraid to go for that backhand on either side. If he gets the short ball, as we talked about, and this is short and it bounces up, and he has a crack at it. Not afraid at all to go for the winner, and he's good at it.
Chela asking the question of Mike Morrissey.
15-all.
Wow. Perhaps a little fortunate.
Well, just remember, it only has to touch the outside edge.
Oh, Fitzy.
It looks wide to me.
It looks wide.
See why you won so many doubles matches.
Made all my own calls.
Little cat and mouse game going on here at the moment. Pete was trying to tempt Chela to come in on about 5 or 6 of those shots and finally got the result he was after, but not quite that passing shot. Here's the one, there to be hit, and plays it a little too high, and Chela right on top of the net to make that volley.
In the meantime, a change of rackets for Pete.
Please. You.
Pete's really just trying to make Chela get out of his comfort zone, and Chela is very comfortable a couple of feet behind the baseline playing forehands, mixing up the pace and the speed of his shots.
Game Chela.
We're meandering towards a possible tiebreaker. Chela at 5-4.
5 games to 4.
What are you doing?
Getting ready for back to school.
Very good.
And Australian made.
Girls' culottes, zip pocket and elastic back.
Most school colours.
Only $29.99 at Lowe's.
New fashion length blockers, stain resistant.
Built for comfort and strength, $18.99. Unisex school polo tops.
UPF rated for sun protection, only $16.45.
Back to school in Australian-made schoolwear. At Lowe's. What's with the bibs? They're school art smocks.
Imported?
Yep, only $9.99. You can do with a good touch-up too.
Multi-Tile's 7-day stock take sale is on now. Purchase any 2 square metres of tiles and receive a 3rd square metre absolutely free. Every Italian and Spanish tile must be cleared. Multi-Tiles, the name you can trust. Phone 9740 5321.
Nick Scully Furniture's January sale is on now, with genuine reductions on selected items and huge savings on all discontinued lines. The January sale, on now, only at Nick Scully Furniture.
Hyundai's drive-away deals are on. Accent, voted Australia's best small car again. With CD from only $14,990 drive away. No more to pay. Plus make no repayments for 6 months. That'll make you happy.
He thought no one could take his place, but he was wrong.
My twin, my blood.
An unrivaled cast in an awesome adventure. The Man in the Iron Mask, Sunday on 7.
15.
Pete Sampras having a change of racket, now a change of wristbands, wins his first point on serve in this 10th game of the second set.
Change of clothing company as well for Pete.
Yes, no signs on the clothes at the moment. Maybe he'll do it with someone else.
Tercero.
Well, he was out of position for that fine volley. He didn't move to the ball there. Found himself reaching for it at the last second.
Interesting watching Chela return serve. He stands about 6 feet behind the baseline for the first and second serve. On the first, he's moving forward, but on the second, he actually moves back. That one moving back on the first and opens up the angle, and that provides Sampras with a chance to hit the ace.
His 5th for the match.
Very tough to make any dent on the Sampras serve from way back there.
Oh, what a volley that was. Flat and hard.
So after a couple of breaks early on in this set, 1 to each player,
5 games all.
we've settled down and got to 5-all after 41 minutes.
This is where Pete normally picks it up. Goes hard for one of these, the first point here, or one of the first 2. Gets himself involved in the game.
Love 15.
Oh, well, Darren, you picked it. The first point, he picked it up, and he gets a donation on the second point. Very dangerous times now. And at 5-all at the business end of the set, that's where Pete tends to put the foot further down on the accelerator. Chela now under enormous pressure at love 30 here at 5-all. Well, he gave Pete Sampras another forehand to run at. And from that moment on, he was in defensive mode. Juan Ignacio.
Love 14.
Sampras now with 3 break points, 3 chances to go to a 6-5 lead. And put himself in a commanding 2 sets to love position. The 30-year-old has the youngster under control at the moment. Sampras, 6-5 in the second.
Sampras leads.
Hardware House have the lowest home improvement prices every day, 7 days a week. You can't beat that. Like Sally's 3-pack liquid nails, $8.98. Bosch 680-watt angle grinder, $88.97. Karcher mobile high-pressure cleaner, $397. 1.4 kilogram Osmocote range, $12.48 each. And if you happen to find a cheaper price on a stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%.
Hardware House.
Lowest prices every day. Also at Bunnings Warehouse, Auburn and Minchinbury.
Let's go to McDonald's.
McDonald's goes monster mad with the new movie Monsters Inc. with frighteningly delicious food like the Monster Burger, soft serve Monster ice cream sundae, Monster fries and Coke, and the McDonald's Happy Meal. But hurry, they won't be here forever.
Renault. We don't just make cars, we create cars.
Pete Sampras has been relatively clinical without being spectacular. He's now got a chance to close out the second set. 6-5.
Love 15.
Well, not happy about something, whether it was the direction of his first serve, not getting it close enough to the line, or whether it was to do with his movement there. I'm not sure, but Pete unhappy with his effort on that first point. Wow.
Love 30.
Sounded like he almost broke a frame. He missed it that so badly. Always dangerous. If you come in and take a full-blooded swing at this, you're running forward at knots. Sometimes a bit safer to hit a high forehand volley, Darren.
Yeah, but it's normally the trademark shot of Pete Sampras, isn't it? Normally he's about 3 feet off the ground, dunking that
jump.
one. Chance now for Chela. Good mix-up,
wasn't it?
Going wide all the time, and Chela waiting for that forehand return, completely caught off guard. Had the wrong grip.
Wow. 8 double faults now to Pete Sampras. 2 break-back points for Chela to force a tiebreak.
Okay, this point right now is the most important point in my mind for the match so far. Pete wins this one. He's going to make a big giant step towards leading 2 sets to love. And you can tell there from his reaction how important that was.
Follows up his 8th double fault with his 6th ace. And plenty on it too down the middle, almost 200 Ks.
Perfect serve.
Advantage, Sampras.
I've never seen a guy serve so well in clutch situations before. Brings up a set point.
Sensational at the net. Chela has never before come back from 2 sets to love down. He's got the job ahead of him. Sampras 7-5 in the second in 49 minutes.
We took a couple of friends to Star City to sample the latest meal deals.
They got free membership to Star City's Total Star Club.
We had the fish and chips for $2.95.
And they had the half chicken and chips for $3.95.
The next day we all returned for the buffet lunch at Fortune's for $9.95.
Yum.
Then we treated ourselves to afternoon tea at Astral. Only $4.95.
Lovely views.
It's the best value food in the city.
If you say so, dear.
I'm your Venus, I'm your fire, your desire.
Introducing Venus from Gillette, the first razor designed to make you feel like a goddess. Protective cushions surround 3 blades for the closest shave ever in just 1 stroke. So close your skin stays smoother, longer. And that's something all goddesses are entitled to. Now individually sealed blades are easier to store and easy to change. Venus, reveal the goddess in you.
Meet Cocky, the naughtiest,
look away.
most jealous pet ever.
He just wants Catherine all to himself.
It's a case of fatal attraction.
He pretends he's not looking, then whammo, he pounces.
On Harry's Practice, Sunday, 6:30. Then they thought they had a blessing from above.
I think Dad's given it the thumbs up too.
But then things started falling from the heavens.
I think we better clear the yard, fellas. Is this going to be a ground force we've got to walk away from?
Ground Force, Sunday at 7 after Harry's Practice.
Reese, part of every great Australian bathroom.
Chela with a job ahead of him. 2 sets down, serving to start the 3rd. And the winner of this match to play the winner of the Escudé-Calatrava clash.
Chela.
Good start for Chela in this 3rd set.
First game, 3rd set.
It's the real difference in Pete Sampras and Andre Agassi is that Pete will give away games. You saw the last couple of points there. Pete took a good slap at the return of serve and gave away a couple of free points, but Agassi gives away nothing. Not to say Agassi's a better player than Pete or Pete's a better player than Agassi, but Pete's the type of guy that can just lift the level of his game when he needs to enormous levels.
Yeah. It's as if he's got a heavy foot that he can use on the accelerator whenever he so desires, and he usually does it when it matters most.
You rarely see a 6-1, 6-1, 6-1 result going the way of Pete Sampras. It's always 3, 4 and 5. That's an easy match for Pete.
Yeah, good volley. 2 good volleys there. The first one making Chela move quickly to his forehand side, not really allowing him to get enough on this passing shot, and Pete anticipates beautifully. Just slides his racket face under the ball to pop it up and spin it across court.
Portillo.
Points, 1 at the net now for Sampras.
Forty 15.
9 double faults. Sampras game, 1 in Chela's.
Well, you wouldn't call that an orthodox forehand volley, that last one. He's hit a couple of those, and he tends to use that shot a bit where he flattens it out. Doesn't come under the ball quite as much. Overplays that one, though.
Game Sampras.
Leveling at 1-all.
1 game.
Having a look at the stats for the match, and Pete also still having good success when he gets that first serve in at 74%. Chela not bad at 63, considering he's staying back most of the time. Differences in the 2 players, points 1 at net. Pete 39 and Chela just 3. He's barely come to the net for the match so far. Much closer second set though. Chela in fact breaking serve early in that second set.
Clever shot. He uses a lot of risk on the forehand, doesn't he? Not easy to hit this last forehand from short in the court. Pete makes him move forward there. He comes in to get it up and over with that whip. Takes a lot of risk. Heavy topspin. A well-controlled forehand.
Passing well from both sides now. Chela certainly has improved his passing shots from the start of the match, and that backhand is a great lunging effort.
Game Chela.
Chela hanging on in the third set. Keeping his nose in front at 2-1 after 10 minutes.
Chela leads 2 games.
Want a fresh start? In 2002? Hop on board Pacific Sky for one of P&O's Fresh Start cruises to the idyllic South Pacific. Your best way to kickstart the year with a fun-filled P&O cruise. Your accommodation, main meals, onboard activities and entertainment are all included in the one low fare from just $899. Make a fresh start. Book now.
Now's the perfect time to move up to the AV Jennings Brighton, or the Springwood, or the Majestic Manor. Because until February 28, your AV Jennings home comes with up to $12,500 worth of carrier-ducted air conditioning and insulation for just $2,900. Don't miss out. Call AV Jennings now.
Let's go to McDonald's.
McDonald's goes monster mad with the new movie Monsters Inc. with frighteningly delicious food like the Monster Burger, soft serve Monster ice cream sundae, Monster fries and Coke, and the McDonald's Happy Meal. But hurry, they won't be here forever.
Court 18. Escudé won the third set, so he trails Calatrava 2-1, and Breanne Stewart down a break against Megan Shaughnessy early in the first set. Let's go back to Sandy Roberts, Rod Laver Arena.
With Sampras serving 1-2 in the third.
15.
Yeah, straight at the body. Not a bad option sometimes.
Doesn't he also look much more impressive when he stands in for that return of serve? And what it also means is the ball gets back to Pete Sampras quicker. Can't get a strong net position. Last 3 or 4 service games for Sampras have been testing times.
He
heard you.
When it matters most.
Also, the way he sets up opponents is impressive as well. Most of the time he's going wide, and on the odd occasion when he really needs a point, gets his opponent leaning to the side he normally goes, and bang, changes it up.
7 aces. Easy. Double falls.
That's a strange stat for him.
Yeah.
Advantage.
Didn't get that one wide enough. So now he's under the pump. Most of those double faults, Sandy, too, have been into the tape. He's hit the net more often Day. That's where he's been missing most of his serves. So a big moment now for him.
What does that tell you? Is he going for a little too much?
I'm not sure whether he maybe not getting up to the ball.
Here comes Chela. And he breaks. Chela leads 3-1 in the third set.
Play best of two. Simply play 2 sets and a first to 10 super tie break in 1 set all.
Well, he's been threatening for some time, Juan Ignacio Chela, and he's broken through. When he did last time, Sampras was quick to break back. Let's see what happens this time.
15 love.
He now has 8 aces to Sampras 7. But he's virtually free of double faults. Just the one.
Even though Chela has never won a 5-set match, he's got to be thinking to himself he's not playing the Pete Sampras from 5 or 6 years ago. He has an impressive 5-set record, but going to keep the age difference in the back of your mind.
That age difference is 8 years.
When you're down 2 sets, you really need to look for any positive you can get, and Sampras' record being so impressive, you just try and block it out, take 1 set at a time.
40-15.
Looks to be enjoying his tennis a lot more as well, more comfortable.
Acknowledgement from Chela.
40-30.
And this match is far from over. We've got one on our hands here in Rod Laver Arena. Chela 4-1 up in the third.
The Duracell Alkaline Battery, long-lasting with lots of fight. Duracell Copper Top, long-lasting alkaline.
Hardware House have the biggest home improvement range at the lowest prices every day. You can't beat that. Like Lufkin 10-metre tape measure, $19.90. Wattle 4-litre solar guard, $52.34. Ryobi XTR 13mm impact drill, $129. General Electric 18-watt fluoro lamp, $9.94. And if you happen to find a cheaper price on a stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%. Hardware House. Lowest prices every day. Also at Bunnings Warehouse, Orp in the Minchinbury.
Get 1 room laid free at Payless Carpets. Choose 100% pure wool. Berber from $20, Sisals from $25, Twist from $30, Plushes from $30 per square metre. And get 1 room laid free. Buy any dining or lounge room carpet 10 by 8 or larger and get a 3.5 metre runner absolutely free. What a deal. Free room laid or free runners with carpets from Payless Carpets. 544 Pacific Highway, Chatswood, Moore Park Supercentre, Castle Hill Supercentre and 177 Parramatta Road, Auburn.
In this third set, down a break. Serving now at 15 love, 1-4.
13 love.
Let's just remind ourselves that when they did meet in the only clash they had, Chela led 2-1 before Sampras climbed out and won in 5. And that was in the 3rd round here in the Australian Open last year.
14 love.
Well, we've noticed a few times here, whenever Chela's moved forward, and you see there, finally he's inside the baseline to make a return, he seems more effective. A bit like Jerome Golmar last night against Goran Ivanisevic. He was inside the baseline, reflexing returns, and if you're serving and volleying, that ball is coming back very quickly at you. Got to be good enough, though, to have the hand-eye coordination to pick it up early. Not easy on a big serve like this.
Does it again.
Particularly from that forehand court, Darren, when Pete goes wide, this is what Chela has needed to improve, isn't it?
Well, because the ball is bouncing and going even wider, so it's tough from that forehand side, and Chela's done that a couple of times now.
Game Sampras.
Sampras calls on the big serve. It doesn't let him down, but he is down a break in this 3rd set.
Early points here for Chela. So important to not give Pete a sniff, because if he can get a love 15 or a 15-30, he really does put his foot down.
I think that's good variety. You don't need to just chip and charge if you're going to attack from that first court and come in. Sometimes you can hit over the ball. Pete's done that a couple of times here, and he's getting the ball very deep with that first return. Tough to pass him when he's coming in behind that.
15 all.
Oh, yes, sir. That's a magnificent forehand. Complete mishit from Pete Sampras that bounced up high and deep. This takes some takes some power, but takes some talent to hit this shot. See how far back he laid his wrist before he hit that forehand?
Game Chela.
He's only a game away from the 3rd set. Sampras will come out and serve to stay in at 2-5.
Unga chaka. Unga. Unga chaka.
Unga chaka.
Unga.
Unga chaka. Unga chaka.
Unga chaka. Unga chaka.
Because life is too short to waste time, LG is designing a digital video recorder that records your favorite programs on DVD. So you can watch it whenever you want on a widescreen plasma television. The LG Digital Home Network. It's closer than you think. LG, life's good.
Now that's a dog.
Everyone knows. It's the tangy taste of Kraft mayonnaise that really makes a sandwich.
Sampras now trying to stay in this third set. Chela winning the vital first point.
Much better on those return of serves now. Pete's not going to get those easy points off the second serve like he was doing earlier in the first two sets. Also, a good thing to keep in mind here is blue skies, the sun is shining.
40-15.
Conditions are warming up, and it's always a bit of a worry with Pete Sampras as to whether physically he can go the distance in 5 sets late in his career. Not early, but in the last year or so, it's been a question mark.
Well, he's not going to give this set up without a fight. He's hanging in there, down 3-5.
Today's tennis action is brought to you by Sevens Telecar sponsors. The all-new Honda CR-V, smarter four-wheel drive. And Bunnings Warehouse, where lowest prices are just the beginning.
So now the interest will be how Chela fares in this situation.
Thank you.
Serving for the set.
There's always a connotation, isn't there, about serving for a set or serving for a match. It has something special about it. It takes a little bit extra. You can see there that on the important point, the first point of the game, Pete was almost a different player than he's been in the last 10 or 15 minutes. He really wants this. He wants to get ahead in this game. The intensity level is lifted.
Love 30.
Dangerous again, running around that slice backhand to play that forehand, leaving the whole forehand court open for Chela. Pete hasn't been hitting that backhand down the line well, but he's good enough to get the job done then.
15-30.
Just going to say, Pete's questioning that. Well, quizzing it. Have a look. But he needed the big first serve. The percentage is at 61. 15-30.
30.
He's taken a leaf out of the Sampras book there.
Exactly. We keep talking about how Pete can come up with the big serve at the right time.
Well,
that's 13 aces now for Chela. And it brings up set point. There's the third set. A delighted Juan Ignacio Chela heads to the chair. He's staying in this match. Sampras with a 2-1 lead.
Tonight, hit for 6. Police target cricket hooligans at the SCG. A wild storm lashes the state's north coast. And how we'll celebrate Australia Day on Sydney Harbour. 7 News at 6.
Impala Kitchen's New Year sale is now on. Order your dream kitchen now with Impala style, quality, 10-year guarantee and up to 25% price reduction. Visit a showroom or ring the Impala hotline.
Because life is too short to waste time, LG is designing a digital video recorder that records your favorite programs on DVD. So you can watch it whenever you want on a widescreen plasma television. The LG Digital Home Network. It's closer than you think. LG, life's good.
Oh, no. I saw her. She was shaved.
Oh, an Irish setter with hair like hers. Oh, shameful.
Well, you didn't hear it from me, but I heard she had fleas.
Oh, my goodness. Don't dogs use Advantage?
Since I was about his age.
Huh? Oh, I use it every month, and I've yet to see a flea.
Nothing kills fleas faster for me.
Ask your veterinarian for Advantage now. The fast flea control.
What's a flea? Huh?
It's the Pulsar New Year clearance. You can still get a Nissan Pulsar loaded with features, including air conditioning, from just $19,990. But we're giving you a little extra. $1,000 worth of free petrol. That's right. We've extended our offer of $1,000 worth of petrol with every Pulsar sedan or hatch sold. The Pulsar New Year clearance. Hurry. You've only got a limited time to fill her up.
Vodafone, Brianne Stewart of Australia against Megan Shaughnessy. Megan Shaughnessy took the first set 6-2. And Alberto Martins in a battle on court 6. He's 1 set all after dropping the first against Mikhail Kratochvil as we go back to Rod Laver Arena.
And a good battle unfolding here too, with Chela taking the third set. Sampras serving now early in the fourth. The opening game, 30-love up.
13-15.
It's the way to put away a backhand volley. A high one, good strength in the arm, punches it.
Hit a few of those today. Again, short backswing, virtually no follow through, and a jab.
It is a jab, exactly. He's gone off a couple of times. Hardly any follow through at all. Pretty much off the middle of the racket. And you can use the speed of the oncoming serve. You don't have to create much more yourself. He is returning a lot better now.
Got to say, I could watch Sampras volley all day long.
Well, he's making Pete work a bit here now, though, Sandy. Most points, he's getting a chance, getting into them. And if this does go to 5 sets, we will find out how fit Pete is.
Yeah. Oh. A class act Sampras holds in the opening game of this 4th set.
First game, 4th set.
Let's have a look and see what sort of a story the stats tell for Juan Ignacio Chela in the 3rd.
Yeah, I think Pete's got a few more aces under his belt, but I think Juan Ignacio has really lifted. He's returning better. He's making Pete hit a lot of volleys, and he's starting to get into most of the games, which is, from Sampras's point of view, not a great sign.
Love 15.
Well, first class. And a lot of the time you won't see Pete come in with the slice backhand, the regulation, orthodox approach to the net. He doesn't use that as much as a lot of net rushes, but on that occasion does it beautifully, and that was an excellent backhand volley. Oh, big mistake, and that's one he wouldn't miss much. You count them on one hand, the amount of times he'd get an easy forehand like that and miss it. He went for the line or close to it, but a nasty point to do that on. It gives Sampras 3 break points.
Give Sampras 3 break points. He usually only requires 1. He gets the vital break early on in the 4th set.
A little more wind out there than you can probably see on your TV screen as well. It's gusting around down on the centre court. Beautiful day, though.
Well, that was a big break of serve for Pete Sampras. That'll give him some extra adrenaline.
Love 15.
Well, just going for that little bit extra on the high forehand volley. He didn't want to see another volley, so he went for the cold winner.
Love 30.
Amazing how much pace he can generate off that forehand side, and it's a very Western grip on that forehand as well. Creates a lot of topspin with that type of grip, but the actual forward movement, the pace of that forehand shot is impressive. thing is, though, when you have a grip like that, if you don't quite time it correctly, you hit a miss hit like that one, and that becomes an easy volley for Sampras.
Pete having to hit a lot of half volleys now. A more difficult shot in general terms, the half volley compared to the volley. It's got a lot to do with the fact that Chela is meeting the ball a little bit earlier and getting the ball at his feet.
There's the immediate break back. The Chela camp delighted. He's down 1-2 in the fourth.
Good afternoon. An Australian baby is in hospital after a plane crash in Indonesia which killed a female flight attendant. Immediate financial aid is being offered to residents hardest hit by storms on the north coast. And more than 90 sacked gold miners owed millions by Malaysian mining may have their case taken up by the federal government. In 7 News at 6 o'clock.
Now's the perfect time to move up to the A.V. Jennings Coventry, or the Cambridge, or the stunning Plaza. Because until February 28, your A.V. Jennings home comes with up to $12,500 worth of carrier ducted air conditioning and insulation for just $2,900. Don't miss out. Call A.V. Jennings now.
Juan Ignacio Chela having broken back, serving now to Pete Sampras early on in this fourth set.
13.
Done that a couple of times now.
13-15.
Instead of chipping and charging, just stepping in and blasting the ball and having good success with that. The other thing it does do is that it stops Chela from just rolling that second serve in and starting off the point. He knows he has to hit a good second serve, otherwise Sampras is stepping in and going for it.
It's a good serve to hold, isn't it? Immediately after breaking back. 2-all.
2 games all.
Boy, Fitzy, just having a look at that game, you get the feeling that Pete really wants to keep these points short.
Exactly. Yeah. And he'll be disappointed too, because if indeed he had held that previous service game, he'd be 3-1. New balls this game. New balls always favour him a little bit. They're a bit faster through the air.
15 love.
At 3-1, new balls, you could almost sprint for the line. But now he's still got a lot of work to do here at 2-all.
13 love.
He's had to take a back seat in the ace department today, with Chela firing down 14 at the moment. That was number 9 for Sampras.
Well, he actually took more of a cut at that return. His swing was bigger, and the follow-through, and it is more difficult to time the ball and get it just right if you do that against a Sampras first serve.
Double faults. A stat not familiar to Sampras.
Game, Sampras.
So immediately comes out and follows it up with his 10th ace to hold serve 3-2 in the fourth.
Saturday, the tiger is one of nature's most spectacular hunting machines and one of its most secretive.
It kills only to survive.
We reveal the secrets in its awesome battle to survive. The Secret Life of the Tiger, Saturday.
Reese, part of every great Australian bathroom.
With over 1,200 courses at TAFE New South Wales, you can be anything you want.
From the creators of Toy Story,
Roz, you're looking fabulous today. Is that a new haircut? You've had a lift. You've had a touch.
Billy Crystal, John Goodman,
Monsters Inc. Now showing in cinemas everywhere. Game also available on PlayStation.
Guess which premium ice creams won gold at the most recent Australian Dairy Industry Awards? Buller Petite Creams. Buller, making quality dairy food for 5 generations. Judge it for yourself.
Vodafone women's second round match. Megan Shaughnessy, the number 10 seed for the United States against Breanne Stewart. That was match point. She won the last 11 games after Stewart led 2-1 early, and Shaughnessy's got through very easily in the end, 6-2, 6-love. So Megan Shaughnessy through to the third round. Breanne Stewart, the lone Australian to lose her match today as we go back to Rod Laver.
What a cat and mouse point. Wonderfully played in the end by Sampras, who's now setting up a break. Chela is down love 30.
He goes the wrong way. That was the wrong decision from Juan Ignacio there.
Love 40.
Because Pete faked and covered the forehand. And as we say, if he runs at it, it's one of the best shots in the sport. Love 40. was a good forehand, though. From low to high, vicious topspin.
15-14.
Every time Chela has been down at break point, he has knocked that first serve in. Have a good look at that Western grip. Wrist snap at the end to get the topspin.
Sampras again edges in front. He can see the finish post.
Tom Gullickson there out of his seat. He knows how good that forehand was.
That whole point.
Sampras leads 4 games to 2.
You know, at that time it wasn't the wrong choice for Juan Ignacio to go down the forehand side, but it is dangerous, and he gave Pete Sampras the opportunity to make that shot, and it opened the whole court up for him. One of those occasions when he put the foot down at the right time.
Sampras now 2 games from the match, serving at 4-2 in the 4th.
I don't see Pete do this too often, but just before he played that first point, he stepped away from the line about 6 or 8 feet, took a deep breath, composed himself, and then walked up to the line to serve. He knows this is a huge game.
Game Sampras.
Pete Sampras is heading towards the 3rd round. 5-2 in the 4th.
Sampras leads.
Introducing the exciting new colour range from ID. From Wattle. It's you.
I'm your Venus, I'm your fire, your desire.
Introducing Venus from Gillette, the first razor designed to make you feel like a goddess. Protective cushions surround 3 blades for the closest shave ever in just 1 stroke. So close your skin stays smoother, longer. And that's something all goddesses are entitled to. Now individually sealed blades are easier to store and easy to change. Venus, reveal the goddess in you.
Discover new shimmering body lotion from Nivea Body. Light reflecting pigments put an even silky shimmer on your skin while you moisturize every day. New shimmering body lotion from Nivea Body.
A little marital lie got them this home in paradise.
They don't sleep in the same bedroom.
Now their secret is town gossip.
We may have a problem.
Seven's new hit, 2,000 Acres of Sky, Sunday 7:30.
City of Melbourne with the Yarra snaking its way through. Juan Ignacio Chela hanging on for grim life in this 4th set. Serving at 2-5 and 15 all.
That was a talented shot.
13-15.
You need some pretty good feel to do this. Just get it perfectly with the right amount of lightness on that ball just to control it short.
14-15.
Chela holds, but it will now come back to Pete Sampras to serve it out and set up a clash with either Escudé or Calatrava, who are battling it out in their second round clash. Have you seen enough, Fitzy, here to suggest that he is the man to beat now?
Oh, that's a strange miss. I think he changed his mind there. Look, if he can serve this game out, Sandy, for me, of all the players left in the field, I think he's the favourite. But everyone's got an opinion. Some mighty good players left in the field, by the way. And there'd certainly be some debate from a lot of people.
Love 30.
Never before seen Pete Sampras serve this many double faults. 11 aces, 12 double faults.
Poor game by Pete's standards, isn't it?
Well, an easy volley on the first one, a double fault on the second, and that was a tougher volley, but very makeable. And, well, if I was going to back one person to get out of a love 40 game, it would be Pete Sampras. So a long way to go yet.
No. There's the break. Chela hangs on. Sampras 5-4 in the fourth.
Reese, part of every great Australian bathroom.
Big Brother Bust Up.
I just felt completely like betrayed.
Sarah Marie, Gemma, Ben, Blair. What happened?
Because it won't last forever.
Where are they now? 6:30 on Sevens Today Tonight. Tonight, 7:30. Number 1 seed Capriati versus Mile and 2. Then Roger Federer takes on Attila Savolt.
Watch out.
The Australian Open. We cross tonight, 7:30 on 7.
Discover new shimmering body lotion from Nivea Body. Light reflecting pigments put an even silky shimmer on your skin while you moisturize every day. New shimmering body lotion from Nivea Body.
Crowd sensing that possibly Pete Sampras not over the line here inside Rod Laver Arena, with Juan Ignacio Chela breaking back, serving now to try and level at 5-all in the fourth set. Sampras takes the first point.
15 all.
Desperate tennis. Fantastic.
Tom Gullickson on his feet again, as quite a few of these crowd were. Outstanding tennis.
Sampras once more. 2 points from the match. And he's now got match point. A couple of them.
15-40.
Sampras is through. Through, but not without a struggle.
Well, I thought Chela was mighty good in those last two sets, Darren. Pete was on top early, but the young lad didn't give up at all. He fought hard all the way, and I thought Pete's serving was strange today. 12 double faults, unusual for him, but he did come good with the aces at the end, and he did serve awfully well on a couple of big points that really mattered, which you can expect from him. But he was the man coming into the net. Look at that, 63 points won when he came in.
And the family tree showing us that his next opponent will come from the clash between Escudé and Calatrava. They are locked together in an epic battle as we speak, but let's hear from our four-set winner, Pete Sampras.
Tough match. I think you knew it was going to be tough. You'd played Juan Ignacio Chela here last year and it took 5 sets.
Yeah, he's a strong player. I have a lot of respect for him. He I think was up a break against me in the 5th, but I thought I played pretty well today. I didn't serve really that well. Percentage was real low, but he was making me work. He's a tough guy to serve against because he stands so far back, but I played a little spotty at times and I played pretty well at times, so it's a tough one to get through.
That point at 15-all, you came into the net, it had the crowd on their feet.
Yeah, it was a big point. You know, I was served for the match and played a horrendous game, and momentum kind of switched to his direction, and you know, it was a big point. It gave me a 15-30, and the next point went from there. But it was a struggle today.
You may not have heard the news. Andy Roddick is out of the tournament with an ankle injury, and he's been forced to withdraw. A lot of people saying this could be Pete Sampras' year here.
There's a long way to go. You know, you can't look ahead. Everyone is playing well. There's a lot of great players out here. I feel like I'm playing pretty well, and we'll see what happens.
We'll see you back out there. Well done today, Pete Sampras. Thank you.